The multi-zone audio has been rocking here in the garage for the past about a year or so. But what do you need to think about if you want to add another zone? So we have two zones right now, the wash bay over here and then the main garage area over here. But we're gonna add an outdoor zone for the outdoor TV that's on the other side of this wall right here. So this episode is all about how do you add another zone once you already have zones hooked up. Let's get to it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. If you've been following along for a while, you know that we've installed some multi-zone audio. We've got the speakers here in the ceiling. There's 4 in this main bay, and then there are going to be 2 back on the wall here again. We just finished painting, so we got to put those back up. But today we are going to add another zone of audio, and it's going to be outside here on our covered patio now that we have the siding up. So let's flip the camera around. We'll go outside. We'll show you the space. We're going to be up into the loft area, up and down to the media rack upstairs. There's going to be a lot of jumping around, but this will be a comprehensive video of how to add another multi-zone audio section to your multi-zone audio home or garage. All right, guys, so let's get outside here. It is a little bit dirty. We've got the concrete countertop project going over here. We have siding on the wall. So this wall is now sided and basically ready to go to get the TV mounted here. I am gonna paint this here. We painted the edges to match. You're not really gonna see this because it's gonna be covered by the TV, but you know, if you do swing and move the TV around, it would be nice to have that painted. So we've got our 2 outlets here. We've got power and then we have media. So basically, and this media one is the one we're gonna be focusing on. I'll need to vacuum this out, but we'll do that after we get the cable run. Hey everyone, Sean from the future here, and I realized as I was editing this video that I really didn't explain the simplicity of how easy this really is. You can really do this 2 separate ways. I'm sure there's 3 or 4 other ways, but for me, there's really 2 simple ways to be able to set this up. All you really need is your WiiM Pro Plus or a WiiM Amp. They've now come out with the WiiM Ultra as well as the WiiM Ultra Amp, which is a powered unit. So for our setup, you really only need 4 key things: a WiiM device, speakers, an amplifier, and speaker wire to connect it all together. It's super easy. And if you want to go even one step further and make it even easier to add a zone of audio to anywhere in your house, use one of the WiiM products with the amplified device. And so once you get that amplified product set up, all you really need to do is run the speaker wire to your speakers. Just want to get that out there. We'll get back to the video right now. We've got this Smurf tube, and this Smurf tube basically runs all the way up the wall, all the way up to the media rack area. And so the media rack is up over here. So we're going to feed HDMI, optical, and Ethernet down that Smurf tube and bring it from the media rack over here. All right, guys, so we've got this painted and we are sending our fish tape up through the Smurf tube. So I am working this up. It will come out up at the very top upstairs, and then we will attach all 3 cables to it and pull it all at the same time. We will stagger them to make sure they come through evenly. So I will start pushing this up there, and then we will take you upstairs to show you the upstairs portion of this. All right, guys, so welcome to the upstairs in the crawl space here behind the corner. So we have the Smurf tube coming up straight from the TV downstairs. So we do have our fish tape that has been fed through. So what we are going to do is we are going to get the HDMI cable, get the optical cable, and the Cat 6 all run through this Smurf tube. We tried to use as big a Smurf tube as possible to be able to get this done. So we're gonna stagger them and we will get them tied and fastened to this fish tape right here. And I've got the electrical tape, so let's get this done and then we will send it down. All right, guys, so we have all three cables. We've got the HDMI right here. We've got the optical cable here, and then we've got the Ethernet started here. We've got it all the way back to here. So we've got a lot of tape to cut off, but I wanted to make sure that everything was wrapped as tight as possible to get through this Smurf tube. So we're gonna get it started up here, and then I'm gonna get my wife to kind of guide the three cables that are up here, and then I'll be pulling from down below, and we will get this run, and then we will get the tape off of it, which probably could take a long time, but that's okay, and then we will keep going. All right, guys, so we've done it. We have all three cables pushed through the Smurf tube. Let's go downstairs and see what it looks like. So we've got everything pulled through, all three wires going through. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get all this tape off, which it's a necessity. It worked well. So we'll get all the tape off, and then we will get the outlet cover for this. We'll plug everything in, and we'll figure out how to get this mounted, and then we'll work on getting the TV mounted. All right, guys, so we have all the cables run. We've got the optical, we've got the Cat 6, and we've got the HDMI. What we're gonna do here is we are going to terminate the Cat 6. We're gonna put the RJ45 end on that. And then we're gonna just kind of pull back the HDMI and leave it in the Smurf tube. We're not going to use it right away. We're just going to use the optical and the Cat 6 for the TV right now, but we will have it there just in case. I also don't have an HDMI port on this. So we're actually just going to use two of the outlets here. I'll put a link in the description if you want to pick some of these up. This is a Right AV. I got it off of Amazon. So this should fit inside that box there, and then we should be able to hook everything up to the back of it once we get everything terminated. So let's do the tedious process of terminating a Cat 6 cable with RJ45, and then we will plug everything in and show you how this goes. All right, guys, so we've got everything buttoned up. We've got the plate installed. We've got all the wires hooked up back here. We're still on the coils upstairs. So what we're gonna do now, though, is I need to figure out where we're gonna mount the speakers. We're thinking basically kind of in line with the fans up here and up here. They'll be angled downward. And so we will do that, and then let's get these speakers taken care of first, and then we will come back to install the TV and finish terminating all the wires on the other end of this into the WiiM Pro Plus. So to terminate some of those speakers, what we are going to do is we are going to take this top row of 2x10 off, because that's where we're gonna drill through and get the speaker wire to run out. So I'm gonna get the scissor lift over here to take this off, and we'll get that taken off, and then we'll kind of place where our speakers are gonna go. All right, guys, so we went over to the crawl space here and put the tape measure where the fan is on the outside. So we're up in the air right now, and we are trying to center the speakers on where the fan is. And so I also want to find where the stud is. And so the stud is right here. So we are actually going to pull this back and drill a hole through the wall below the double top plate and right next to the stud. And so I've got my basically Milwaukee drill and the long 1/4 inch drill bit. And so we're gonna drill right through here, right to the outside, and then we're gonna leave the drill bit in the hole so we can go around to the other side and then see where that's coming through. So then we will know exactly where the double top plate is and exactly where the stud is, so we can make sure and get a lag bolt into this stud here when we're hanging the speakers outside. All right, guys, so we have the drill bit through the wall. It's up here. So again, to the right of it here, and the left of it inside is the stud. So we are gonna make sure to find that stud when we mount the speaker up there. And so the speaker is right here, and we're gonna put a lag bolt right in the center of that, right where we need to. So this bracket comes off, we'll mount that next, and then we will get the speaker wire run through where this hole is, and we'll get it all caulked up so it's weather tight. All right, guys, so we've got both speaker wires run. We know where the studs are because we put these very close to the double top plate and the stud. This one is on the right, this one is on the left. And so we will get the grill out of the way, get the ladder out of the way, get the scissor lift over here, and start installing these speakers. All right, guys, so we've got both speakers mounted. We've got a little bit of caulking left to do up top, and I gotta clean the top of this one off. But overall, these are pretty centered. I wanted them kind of right along this line here, just outside of it. So that one's just outside of that line here. And if we look up this line, this one is just outside of that line here. So we are good, we are set, and all we need to do now is hook up the other ends of all the cables, and then we'll bring the TV out and put the TV up. All right, guys, so welcome back to the crawl space, and you can see our two WiiM Pro Pluses here for the other two audio zones. We're gonna open this one here and get that unboxed. Then we're gonna plug everything into the amp here, and we're gonna strip the speaker wire, and we will get everything set up and ready to go on the WiiM Pro Plus to add one more zone of audio. So let's unbox this, let's hook up all the connections. I'm gonna go around to the back side of the rack here to get all that done, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so welcome back to the completed setup. This looks fantastic and it works great. I can't figure out a way to get this to play without having copyright issues, but we've got everything set up. The speakers are fed to the TV feeds the WiiM Pro Plus up in the media rack upstairs, and it auto recognizes the optical out sound output from the TV and switches over. So we can be streaming music, we'll turn the TV on, and then we can choose whether it flips over to the TV or not. This TV is an 85-inch Hisense TV, and we also have a pretty sweet mount system set up that can come out from the wall pretty far. I don't actually have enough cable to get it out from the wall, but you can swivel and move this around and it looks absolutely great. The glare, the brightness, it works really, really well for being in this, shaded, covered patio area. So I'll put a link to everything down here, but let's talk about how we hook this up. So we've got the power going to the TV. We also have the Ethernet cable, which is the blue cable here, as well as the optical audio coming out of this unit here. So basically what we're doing is these are our outputs. So we're sending that signal up through the media rack to the WiiM Pro Plus. So the WiiM Pro Plus will automatically recognize when the TV is on and start putting the sound through the speakers above. You can also say, nope, I don't want to listen to the TV, I just want to watch and you know, put a podcast on or whatever. The WiiM Pro Plus supports a number of different apps, Spotify, Tidal, a number of different apps through that system. So we basically, audio comes out, goes to the WiiM Pro Plus. From the WiiM Pro Plus, it then goes to our amplifier in that same rack. And then from the amplifier, we ran the speaker wire to the speakers. Now, again, if you really want to simplify the system, you don't even have to hook up a TV. You can just plug in a WiiM Amp or a WiiM Amp Ultra and basically just run speaker wires to your speakers and you're done. That's it. That's all you need to set up. And you can stream music to your speakers anywhere. I'd highly advise you go with that route if you don't have an amplifier that you really want to pump some power to any larger speakers like we have here with these 8-inch outdoor woofers. So let's flip the camera around, we'll do a full recap, and then we'll close out this episode. So I hope this video has made you see how easy it is to add a zone of audio really anywhere you can run some wire to. If you want a more in-depth video of how to set up the app and everything like that, I will link that up above here. And if you have any questions about the process of setting up the WiiM, to setting up the TV, to running your wires and how you think you should do it, put that down in the comments below. And also, I have a question for you. What area of your house, garage, or yard would you add a zone of audio to? Put that down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Detached Garage, and I can't wait to show you what's next in this garage build.